How to combat your declining estrogen levels. That's today's topic of conversation. Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. Rob here. Welcome back to the Art of Recovery podcast. I'm so happy to be here and sharing this information with you. Ladies over 30, pay attention because this one's for you. If you're a woman in your 30s, your estrogen is in rapid decline. Now, estrogen, as you all know, is what makes a woman a woman. That's what differentiates you from a man. Okay. You need estrogen to survive. And after the age of 30, it is in rapid decline no matter what you do. With that said, there are many things that you can do to slow this decline and improve your health. The number one thing that all women need to be doing is strength training. All right. Now, in the recent past, many women would shy away from strength training. Okay. This is something that is now just coming to the forefront. More and more women are adopting strength training programs, and I love to see that. And thin is no longer in. That used to be in the 80s and 90s and 2000s and so forth and so on. But thin is no longer in, girls. You need muscle, and you need that for your longevity. Ask yourself this question. When you're 80 years old, do you want to be a frail woman on a walker or possibly a wheelchair with a hip replacement or two knee replacements, and you can't walk from here to the front door? You have difficulty getting in and out of your car. You certainly can't play with your grandkids. You can't go on that long awaited vacation with your spouse or your friends or your family. Or do you want to be the vibrant, healthy, fit woman in her 80s that can do all those things with no problem? I know a lot of women talk to me in my clinic and they say, I don't want to be like my mom, or I don't want to be like my aunt. These are women who, unfortunately, because of the times, didn't have the information we have now. And that's just what it is. Technology and the advancements in research have allowed us and the researchers to come up with all the information that is out there now. And hopefully I can deliver it to you in a clear, concise manner, and it really hits home. All right. Because health is something that, I take very seriously. I talk about it with all of my clients, no matter what your age. And it's important for everyone. So is strength training. And without strength training, you cannot be healthy. Without muscle mass, you cannot live a vibrant, healthy life. All right. So with that said, are all fitness programs, are all professionals who work in this space the same? And the answer is absolutely not. It drives me crazy to see certain types of women doing things like HIIT, or, that's high intensity interval training, or Pilates, or, things like F45 or Orange Theory, or, things like that, where the intensity is so high and the rest between exercises and sets is not enough for you to recover to then go ahead and do the next lot. So, what I'm saying is all those things are fine for certain women. All right. If you have the type of body where you need to body build, all right, you need to build muscle, doing those types of workouts or joining those types of classes is not going to get it done. All right. There's a lot of women who spent a long time. All they did was cardio. They're very thin. They have very little muscle mass, and they love these aerobic classes. They love, the competition because they're very competitive, CrossFit, things like that. This is not going to build the type of body you need to live healthily and vibrantly in your 70s, 80s, and hopefully 90s and beyond. You need to be functionally strong. And the only way to do that for certain women is through strength training. All right. This type of training is more accustomed to the bodybuilder. Now, I know what you're saying. I hear it all the time. Dr. Rob, I don't want to be muscular. Well, I got news for you. You don't have the level of testosterone to get muscular. So unless you're administering testosterone, you're never going to get muscular. So that should be the furthest from your mind. What should be on your mind is, when you're 80 years old, can you get down on the floor and play with your grandkids? And then if you can you get up without help? Can you go up and down the stairs without your knee killing you? Or, do you have osteopenia or osteoporosis? And now you're seeing a physician who's putting you on absolute poison to try and stop that from happening. Well, guess what? It's never going to happen because of your decline in estrogen. You need estrogen. You need hormone replacement therapy, or HRT. And I know that many of you are fearful of that. And thank God, more and more research is coming out to dispute that. One research article that came out that the media just went crazy over in the 80s, linking hormone replacement therapy, specifically estrogen, to breast cancer. It was a flawed study. All the professionals and experts are poo-pooing this study now. So you need not to worry about that. What you need is to be working with a very skilled professional like myself, or your physician who is educated on this type of hormone replacement program, along with strength training and the proper nutrition, in order to achieve your goals. I know every single one of you want to be healthy. You all say it. The weight gain is killing you. I mean, you probably can't, if you're watching this, you probably can't even fit into the same exact jeans you did a year ago. And it's not your fault. It's the fault of the medical community not giving you the information for you to make the educated decisions for yourself. You need the information, and hopefully this podcast delivers that in a clear and concise manner, like I said. The nutrition, all right? You need to be focused on optimizing your magnesium levels, optimizing your zinc levels, getting plenty of omega-3, whether that be through fatty fish, which I can't stand, so I supplement it, enough dark leafy greens, raw. Okay, you don't want to be cooking them. So, stop cooking spinach, stop cooking your kale. Eat these things raw, in salads and things like that. You need to be focused on fiber. You need to be getting at least 30 grams of fiber every single day. That's what the gut feeds on. That will take care of your microbiome. That will stop making you feel so bloated and all these things that you women go through. I mean, quite frankly, I don't know, because I'm a man, so I don't know exactly what you guys go through. I see my wife, I see how she struggles. She's, in her mid 40s. She's starting to enter to that phase of menopause. She's getting closer now. You can just see it. She's probably got maybe another 5 or 10 years. And, she needs to, along with the rest of you in that age group, you need to start now. You cannot wait, because by the time you are 50, you will only have 1% of the estrogen levels you had in your 20s. I mean, just let that sink in. 1%. And this is exactly the lifeblood of your health and your well-being. I mean, from mental to physical, everything thrives off of estrogen. Okay. It would be like baking a cake and leaving out flour. All right. It's one of the main ingredients. You cannot survive with a declining estrogen level, because when you get to your 70s and 80s, I promise you, you will not be healthy. You are going to be a frail woman. You're not going to be able to do the things that you want to do now, that you have in your mind set for retirement. You know, you're working your ass off. Either you're raising a family or you're a working mom. You're taking care. I mean, you guys do everything and you deserve retirement. And the only way you're going to enjoy it is by following this blueprint. Now, if you need help, you can certainly reach out to me, talk to your doctor. I also counsel women on how to speak to their doctor in a professional and concise manner in order to get that ball rolling. If they won't budge, you need to find yourself another doctor. We can, coach you up on the questions to ask, the things to look for, the blood work to be requesting, and how to just move forward. All right. Because, guess what? You guys deserve it. All right. You go through, hell. I watch it all the time with my patients once you hit menopause, and you don't have to do that anymore. We know how to treat this stuff now. More and more research is coming out, and I predict in the next very short 3 to 5 years, there's going to be so much research on the market for educational purposes and guidelines. So that way we can really start to hit home on a lot of these problems that you develop: autoimmune disease, all right, osteoporosis, cardiovascular disease. All these things are happening because of a decline in estrogen, and they can be treated if you work with someone who knows what they're doing. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Remember, reach out to me if you need help in speaking with your doctor. If you want to work with me one-on-one privately, we can certainly arrange that. And I will see you guys next time.